Hello students, last lecture we completed with the meaning and features of preference shares. Now today's lecture we will continue with the types of preference shares. See the chart given in our textbook, it shows that total 8 types of preference shares, but if you read the names of the types of preference shares, you will understand the names are related to each other. It means what? See the first, cumulative and non-cumulative, participating, non-participating, convertible, non-convertible, redeemable, irredeemable, right? So total 8 types of preference shares are there. Now one by one we will understood the meaning of all these preference shares. See that first one is given, cumulative preference shares. Now what is the meaning of cumulative preference shares? Cumulative preference shares, it means what? As we are knowing that the preference shares holders are getting the fixed rate of dividend, right? But suppose if in any year, if company is unable to make the payment of a dividend to the preference shares due to the less profit or due to the loss, in that year that dividend is to be remain in the companies, and next year when the company will earn the profit, so last year and current year both year dividend will be paid to the preference shareholder together. So it means what? If the dividend is not paid in the 1 year or more year due to the inadequate profit, then this unpaid dividend gets accumulated. This accumulated dividend is paid when company performs well. When company earns the profit, that time company will pay the dividend before making the payment to the equity shareholders. These preference shares are always cumulative till it was stated in the articles of association, and if the dividend is not paid in any year, then the unpaid amount is carried forward to the next year and so on until all arrears have been paid. This we will understood by one example. See the example. Apple Limited has to pay a dividend of rupees 90,000 on cumulative preference shares in the year 13-14, right? So however, due to the losses, it couldn't not pay the dividend. It means what? In 13-14, Apple Limited are suffering from the losses, so that in that year the Apple Limited cannot pay the 90,000 dividend to the cumulative preference shareholder, right? For the year 14-15, it means for the next year, it has the profit of rupees 2 lakh and the dividend to be paid is 90,000, right? It 90,000 for 14-15. Out of this profits, rupees 90,000 for the year is for what? 13-14, and rupees 90,000 is for the year 14-15 will be paid. Thus dividend is carried forward for the future years. So as you see that the cumulative, it means the unpaid dividend will be carried forward to the next year till all arrears have to be paid. So the second one is non-cumulative. Non-cumulative, it means what? Opposite of the cumulative preference shares. It means what? If the dividend of the shares is not paid in that particular year, then it will be the lapse. The right to claim that dividend will be lapse. If it means if they now in one particular year, if the company is not earning the profit and company is unable to pay the dividend to the preference shareholder, then in that year the preference shareholder will lapse their right to claim for the dividend. It is said that it is a non-cumulative preference shares. See that the third one, it is a participating. It means what? The holders of this preference shares have the right to participate in the surplus profit beside the preference share dividend. It means what? Whatever is the profit earned by the company, it will be distributed to the preference shareholders for the dividend, then remaining will be distributed to the equity shareholders for their dividend. After giving the dividend to the equity shareholders, if any surplus profit will be remaining, then this participating preference shareholders can claim on that up to the certain limit. This again we will understood by one simple example. See the example of participating preference shares. Mahindra Limited has issued preference shares of rupees 1 lakh at a dividend rate of 10%, right? 1 lakh on 1 lakh 10%, it means a 10,000. if the total profit of the company is rupees 1 lakh, out of which it pays rupees 10,000 for whom? For the preference shareholders for their regular dividend, then 20,000 for equity shareholders, then what is remaining? 70,000. 10 plus 20, it is the 30. 1 lakh minus 70,000, 1 lakhs minus 30,000, the remaining profit will be on 70,000, right? So thus, if the management wants, it can pay additional dividend to the preference shareholders out of this balance profit of rupees 70,000. So participating preference shareholders can claim on this remaining 70,000 surplus profit of the company. So they are known as what? Participating preference shareholder. See that the next one is what? Non-participating. Non-participating, it means what? These preference shareholders are non-participating if there is no clear provision in the articles of association. These shareholders are entitled to get the fixed rate of dividend prescribed at the time of the issue. It means what? These shareholders cannot, these preference shares cannot claim on the surplus profit. They will be get the fixed rate of dividend at what is decided at the time of the prescribed time of the issue. The next one is convertible. Convertible, it means what? Is converted. In which, in where they are converted? The preference shares which are converted into the equity shares are known as what? Convertible preference shares. The holder of these shares have a right to convert the preference shares into equity shares, and it is converted after a certain period. It means whenever it is issued, at this time it was already declared that after certain time period, after certain fixed time period, the shares will be converted into a equity shares holders. After converting the equity shares, they are getting the all rights as equal to the equity shareholders. Next one is non-convertible. Which are non-convertible? Which cannot be converted into the equity shares. So the shares which cannot be converted into equity shares, they are known as what? Non-convertible preference shares. Now redeemable preference shares, it means what? Redeemable preference shares, it means which are the shares which are redeemed or which are pay off after certain period of time are called redeemable preference shares. Which shares? Who can issue? A company which limited by the shares are issued the redeemable preference shares, but when it will issue? If it is authorized by the articles of association. Issues redeemable preference shares, it means a company limited by shares will issue the redeemable preference shares, but when? If it is authorized by its articles of association. And redeemable preference shares must be fully paid. It must not be halfly paid, it must be partly paid, it must be a fully paid. These shares are redeemed out of the divisible profit only, or out of the fresh issue of shares made for this purpose. What is this meaning? It's meaning whatever the profit is earned by the company during a year, from that profit the company can pay off these preference shares, or for paying this capital of preference shares the company has to issue the new fresh shares only for this purpose. Now irredeemable, it means what? The shares which are not redeemable, it means it is payable only at the winding up of the company. It means this preference shares holder will get their capital back when the company will be closed down, or when the company will be winding up. But as per the section of 55(1) of the Companies Act 2013, now the company cannot issue the irredeemable preference shares. So students, you have learned all the types of preference shares. If you are having any doubt, you can ask freely. So the students will continue with the next part. It is the written earning. Remember that we are learning the sources of corporate finance, and in that sources of corporate finance we are learning the own fund, own capital. As we are doing, there's own capital and borrowed capital, but now we are learning the own capital. In that own capital, own fund, we are completed with the equity shares, meaning features and types of equity shares, meaning, features and types of preference shares, and in that the second part is what? Retained earning. Now we will understand the meaning of retained earning. What is the meaning of retained earning? Retain, we are knowing that it means to kept aside, what we are keeping side, and earning means whatever we are earning, right? So as we are knowing that whatever is the profit earned by the company during a particular year, the company cannot utilize all its, or a company not utilizing all its profit, the company is keeping some part of their profit aside so that it can be invested into the business again at the time of a crisis, or it can be invested into a business for the expansion or the diversification. So it is knowing as what? Retained earning, right? The process of accumulating corporate profits and their utilization in the business is called was retained earning. Simple words, we can say that a part of net profit which is not distributed to shareholders as a dividend is retained by the company in the form of a reserve fund, and company converts its reserves into a bonus share capital and capitalize its profit. This we will learn through a very simple example. See that a company does not pay off its entire profit as a dividend to the shareholders. Company usually retains some profit as a reserve for its future activity. As we are knowing that if we are a salaried person, whatever we are earning during a one particular month, if we are earning a 20,000 per month, we are not utilizing all 20,000 in that month, but we are keeping the some part, like say to 4,000 or 5,000 as a saving, so that it can be used during our crisis, or it can be used whenever it is needed. The same with the company, as company is not paying all its visible profit to the shareholders as a dividend, their company is usually retaining, keeping aside some profit for their future activity. So retained profit is what? Retained profit refers to the portion of the net profit which is retained in the business after distributing dividend to the equity shareholders, and this process of accumulating corporate profits for their utilization in the business is called what? Retained earning. It means whatever is the profit company keeping aside every year, and that profit is company utilize in the business, then it is called as what? Retained earning. This profit retained by the company in the form of a reserve fund. As we are knowing, reserve it means to kept aside, fund it means finance, right? It's a money. So keeping money which is kept aside, which can be used in the business for the future activity. The policy of using this retained profit is called as self-financing or plowing back of profit. It means what? As already we are learning in this the first chapter, self-financing. Why it is known as what? Self-financing, because as we are knowing that this money is not came from the market as taking as a borrowed loan, but it is from their earning, it is from the company's own earning, and it is invested into the business. याला सेल्फ फायनान्सिंग किंवा प्लॉईंग बॅक ऑफ प्रॉफिट का म्हटलं जातं? कारण रिटेन प्रॉफिट म्हणजेच काय, तर कंपनी वर्षानुवर्ष जे काही प्रॉफिट कमवते त्यातला प्रत्येक त्या प्रॉफिटमधलं सगळं प्रॉफिट काही डिव्हिडंड म्हणून देऊन टाकत नाही, तर त्यातला काही प्रॉफिट कंपनी बाजूला ठेवते. कशाकरता? फ्युचरमध्ये, भविष्यामध्ये कंपनीमध्ये तो पुन्हा गुंतवण्यासाठी, कंपनीची वाढ करण्यासाठी, कंपनीला पुढे नेण्यासाठी हे पैसे कंपनी, हे प्रॉफिट कंपनी बाजूला ठेवते आणि बिझनेसमध्ये पुन्हा गुंतवते. म्हणजे स्वतःचा पैसा कंपनी स्वतः पुन्हा गुंतवते. म्हणूनच त्याला म्हटलं जातं सेल्फ फायनान्सिंग और प्लॉईंग बॅक ऑफ profit. Dividend to equity shareholders is not fixed, as we are knowing, and depends on the management decision. This accumulated funds belongs to the equity shareholders. The company has an option to convert the retained earnings into the permanent capital by issuing bonus shares. Right? As we are knowing that the equity shareholders are get the dividend depending upon the management decision, right? And whenever the management wants to invest this profit again into the business, management can or company can issue this into the business as a permanent capital by issuing the bonus share. As we are knowing that the bonus share only get to the equity shareholders. This process of conversion is also called as what? Capitalization of profit, as the profit are converted into equity shares, and equity shares, we are knowing that it is the capital of the business. Retained earning are the important source of the capital. Say the students, by example, what is the meaning of retained earning? The net profit after the tax of the company is 1 lakh, and the dividend paid to equity shareholders is what? 25,000. So retained earning, retained profit is how much? 75,000. As we are knowing that this retained profit of the company or retained earning of the company depend upon the certain factors. Now we will study it. What are that factors? See, the factors or the determinants of a retained earning. It means in which factors the retained earnings or retained profits of the company is dependent. Total earning of the company, as we are knowing that if the higher income, higher saving, less income, less saving. So if the company is having the ample profit, if the company is earning the more profits, then company can save, right? But suppose if the company is not earning greater profit, then the company cannot save the profit. So attitude of towards management also determines the amount of a retained earning. Second one is taxation policy. If the government taxation policy is on high rate, then the company cannot save the more profit. But if the government policy regarding the taxation at a middle rate or at on the companies towards the company's favorable, then the company can save the more profit. Then dividend policy, it is the policy of the board of directors in regards to distribution of the profit. If the dividend policy, if the conservative dividend policy is needed for having good accumulation of the profit, but this policy affects shareholders at the dividend at a lower rate. It means suppose if the board of directors are giving the less, or if the management or the company is giving the less dividend, then the company can get higher retained earnings, but it will lose to the shareholders. And last part is what? Government control. Government control, it means what? A government is a regulatory body of the economic system of the country. It policy, rules and regulation ensures that the company work as per its regulation. It means what? If the government decided the policies, rules and regulation regarding the working of the companies, right? But suppose it is not favorable to the companies, then the company cannot earn the more profit. Company has to formulate its dividend policy in accordance with the rules and regulation framed by the government. So students, retained earning, as we are knowing that the retained earning, it means it is the accumulated profit which is used into the business. So if you are having any doubt in again retained earning, let me know.